just a Paloma for me.
I know, the Paloma sounds good.
The Paloma's great. Yeah, it's a good one.
Tequila Paloma.
Yeah.
Or
Ramblers coming out with a lot of flavors, and
so this is a skinny bee. We only have one of these, and they're going. It is a blueberry vanilla mead.
It's like you're doing an ad.
It's Meridian Hive. It's their new product. It's called Skinny Bee.
that's cool.
Try it. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's awesome.
And it's not too crazy alcohol.
Yeah, 4%.
So that skinny bee, I think it's safe to talk about it because it's
Yeah.
going to release March 1st. So you get excited about it.
It's going to be next to the White Claw and Julia. Yeah.
Well, first of all, welcome to the Austin All Day Podcast. We have Ian, Krystal, husband, owners of Intero,
Chocolatier.
Jefferies.
Cheers, guys. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. I got myself a Rambler. You guys are drinking the Ranch Riders in the Meridian Hive?
Yes, very good. I
Ranch
might
Rider.
hit you up for a Rambler later.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, the new Skinny Bee?
It's delicious. I love it.
Isn't it great?
Yes, it's like the perfect blueberry flavor, and
With a hint of vanilla.
It comes through in the end nicely.
very effervescent.
Effervescent.
There we go. There we go. Oh, what were the Ramblers? Oh, the essenced?
Essence, yeah, because they use the zest, so they get the oils from the.
Nice.
Wow, no,
Yeah.
that's actually amazing.
Isn't it really good?
Yes. Wow.
And Chef Ethan, have you had the Ranch Riders before?
I haven't, actually. This is my first time. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm a huge fan of Paloma,
Nice.
ranch water, all that kind of stuff. So.
Well, those come canned. You can find them everywhere. We'll send you home with some, right?
Well, they're all in the fridge. We can have some 4-packs in the fridge, so yes.
Well,
Sweet.
we re-up on Friday. We wanted to come eat some lunch. You guys open for lunch right now?
We're not.
No.
Dinner only.
Dinner only. I guess we can hop into Intero is an Italian restaurant on the east side. Cesar Chavez, correct?
That is correct.
You guys opened.
What, 3 years ago?
Yeah, we just celebrated 3 years last
birthday.
weekend. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This last weekend.
Yeah. Like
You
the
guys do anything?
22nd. We did half-price pizzas, which was fun.
And that's new, right? The pizzas?
The pizza oven we brought in late last year and have just kind of been redesigning that space for the past couple months. That was really fun, though, because I had a new pizza guy. I've been doing the pizzas, and I was training a new guy, and he just got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Bringing
like to
in
think
the pizza oven was something that we did to pivot during COVID. We did not have room for a pizza oven before, but with not being able to use the bar space anymore, it opened up room to bring something in.
Our bar space was it was too tight, so we couldn't do the social distancing. So it just sat there, and that's where we were keeping all our extra tables and chairs that we couldn't use, and decided, well, we should do something with this space, right? And we kind of brainstormed, and somebody threw out pizza oven, and it stuck. So
Ian is also a carpenter and remodeler, apparently, at heart, and did the entire thing.
That's very cool. Did you
Yeah.
have to close up at all to do this?
No, just the way the space is laid out. We just put up a couple curtains and kind of hid our mess from everybody, and we were still able to do the social distance seating inside, and we just finished a new patio outside. March or
Perfect
April of
time.
last
Perfect
year.
timing,
So
yes.
yeah. So that was a huge boon to business, or at least a huge way to not lose an insane amount of revenue. You know.
Well, so the pizza's a great idea for COVID. How were the sales with the normal menu? I mean,
Pre-COVID?
well, no, during COVID, maybe that prompted the idea of pizza, because pizza's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Everybody loves pizza.
I mean, right out of the gates, sales were down 85%, you know?
Wow.
So we rebounded significantly since then, but I think that has, most to do with the regulations changing and kind of the environment changing as COVID happens and continues to happen. And so the pizza has helped with that, but we haven't seen it pull us up out of the shits, so to
Just
speak.
yet.
That being
Not
said,
yet, yeah.
that's because we brought it in October, but we didn't actually finish the project until
we
December. So we really just launched it, even though that was our idea.
Yeah, we
to bring it in and
just
start it.
reopened that space.
So are you
last
using
week.
the pizza oven for anything other than pizza or just strictly
So
pizzas?
we're hoping it will start to bring
Right now we're doing like a seared like caramelized cauliflower dish and a roasted carrot dish.
Nice.
Out of the oven as well. We did let's see, what was it, drum on the half shell, which is always good. But the only problem with the pizza oven is its distance from the rest of the kitchen. So
yeah, so there's a lot of movement.
yeah, logistically it's difficult. We're still kind of trying to figure that out. It's working right now with kind of our limited seatings. You know, we're probably serving about half as many people on a Friday, Saturday as we used to.
And about what is that?
That's about 100,
100
down from 200.
Yeah.
And we kind of just started hitting that again. So.
Yeah, and that's, I think, mostly to do with reopening that space and having such a large outdoor area. We popped up a tent and, you know, all this stuff, just trying to maximize seating outside.
Well, what about these the pies you're making in the oven? What are you guys making? Anything special?
Dessert pizza.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Krystal is going to get a dessert pizza on pretty soon.
okay.
With toasted marshmallow fluff on top.
Yeah, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, we've had a few
Nice.
recipe testing, and they're very, very good. But
Yeah, we need to dig into that.
What's in
please
here?
Yeah.
we got some chocolate.
Yep. We have some of the Valentine's truffles that I've been making. There's a roasted white chocolate strawberry. Oh, that is vanilla chai bark, which I actually developed that flavor for Zachary Scott Theater for their 85th diamond anniversary.
It looks lovely.
It does look
Thanks.
lovely. Look at
Yeah.
the back.
So that's the bark. And then the other bag has truffles. I brought a box for each of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, roasted white chocolate and strawberry. There's a vanilla bean brown butter, jasmine tea. I can point out the flavors to you.
Very nice.
Salted caramel, and I think a ginger.
Man, I'm
That's
excited.
good. Yeah. Well, and what are these flavors? So you got this coming. Yeah. And what other flavors are you doing? Or pizzas, concoctions?
Let's see. Right now we have actually 3 different veggie pies, which we're only doing 5 different pizzas right now. So we have like a roasted mushroom, arugula, Christian's little salsa verde over the top. We've got a cauliflower, ketchup, pepe.
That's beautiful.
We've got
Thank you.
Veggie pizza is the way to go if you can make it taste good.
So
right?
good.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Did you get that open?
But our meat pizzas are solid too. We
I have no
got
doubt.
like braised beef ossobuco and blue cheese, and let's see, the other one is pork sausage and broccoli and like toasted peanuts and chili oil over the top.
Okay. That sounds very good.
Sounds really
So
good.
not exactly your traditional Italian
Yeah.
fare, I guess.
Well, we've never been red sauce, Italian.
Yeah, we've never done
American
your
Italian.
traditional Italian fare.
But he does all the butchering in-house from whole animals, which is part of our concept. So the pizzas change as he moves through the parts of the animal, just like the rest of our menu.
That's
That
very
one's
cool.
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yeah. Get on YouTube so you can see what we're talking about. These are very colorful. They're beautiful.
Here.
Looks how yeah.
Really good.
This is we're at ASMR now. That's right. Okay.
Wow. I like
Wow.
chocolate.
So how was like the recipe development for like the pizza, like the dough and all that good
It
stuff?
took so long.
That
Did
was
it?
so fun.
Was
Yeah.
the dough the longest part, or
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many doughs did you go through?
is this the
A
jasmine?
dozen,
It
a
is.
dozen different doughs, and it wasn't just like the recipe. It's also, or it wasn't just the ingredients. It was also the technique. I was hell bent on making like a no knead pizza dough, you know, or I guess more accurately, one that didn't require a $12,000 mixer.
Good old Hobart.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you end up buying one?
No, I figured it out.
He
I
did
figured
it.
it out.
He did it,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Did you get any tips from folks around town?
I thought about it and reached out to a couple of folks, and then it just kind of happened. I just like one day I figured it out. I think I was just fed up, and so I stopped overthinking it. I stopped over needing it.
He
I stopped
surrendered.
yeah, exactly. And so the dough just worked, and we're really excited about it, and think it's kind of a play, or like I'd say Neapolitan was sort of a jumping off point.
Right.
It's similar, but it doesn't have like the insane chew to it. It's not floppy. It's crispy. It's fluffy.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so your pizza oven.
Yeah.
Is it wood burning or is it gas?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
wood burning.
Post oak.
Oh yeah, so you got to build a fire in it. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I like this. That's
really
love.
nice
That
to
requires
watch.
a lot of love.
Yeah.
We have a pretty nice thriving pizza scene right here in Austin.
We do, yeah.
We've got Via 313, of course, Home Slice, Toss
Doughboys.
Pizzeria, Doughboys. Have you guys been to Doughboys?
We haven't.
No, it's on the list.
Check that off the list.
Yeah, they do a good job over there. They're fun, and they built their pizza oven in the food truck.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like we were talking about it earlier. It's like you guys doing that.
Yeah, y'all might have some stuff to talk about. You know,
could,
building your own
yeah,
pizza ovens.
yeah. Who else do we have? Now we've got Intero on the map.
Yeah.
Little Deli,
Little Deli and Crestview, yeah. That's a favorite. Bufalina, of course.
Bufalina.
Bufalina, yes. Yeah, so it's cool. How does it feel to be slanging pies now?
Good.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's something I did years and years ago, and I always enjoyed it.
Where did you do it beforehand?
I worked pizza at Vespaio for
Spio.
probably about a year.
When I met him, he was doing that.
Yeah.
I used
Yeah.
to go watch him just work on all the tossing of the pizzas,
Yeah.
petting the dough babies.
Yeah, the dough babies.
Yeah. And were you like, man, one day I want babies with him.
Pizza dough babies.
Pizza dough babies. Garlic knots, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, God, nuts. That's good.
So you guys met at Vespaio?
Actually, we met through mutual friends. We're both native Austinites. So,
Homegrown,
yeah.
born and bred.
There's always just kind of one degree of separation between us. So we met at parties a couple times. And
But we met right when he started working at Vespaio. He was 20.
Yeah.
yeah, she was 23. She still looks it, but
And y'all
she-
were both born in Austin. Did we say that already?
Yeah.
Unicorns.
yeah.
I call it snow leopards. I
Snow
have
leopards?
so many original Austinite friends that
Yeah.
I say we're not, like
Not
mystical.
that
We're
rare,
we're just on the rarer side.
It is very rare, though.
Yeah,
you know,
we know a few. They're all such good people. The few I know are so close, good friends.
Yeah, I say I'm from Austin. I moved here when I was 11. So
That's fair.
I mean, he was in Houston before.
yeah,
so
I was right down the road.
not too far. Feels like driving in rush hour here, pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
Well, most folks don't get out of Houston until they're old enough to move on their own.
I was fortunate. So I made it to Austin and grew up in Lake Travis, and that's where I live now.
Right on. Very cool.
So, were you both in the culinary scene your entire life here in Austin?
Yeah, my first job was Baby Acapulco's.
Okay.
Up north.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was a host. That was
Oh, you
my-
started in the front.
Yeah, and I was always intrigued. They had an open kitchen there, so I was always intrigued by the guys in the kitchen, and also by the folks behind the bar. I don't know, just kind of that mindset. I feel like they're really similar, bartenders and cooks.
Yeah,
You know,
Sure.
And then Krystal has always been into pastries for.
I have. I
Forever.
I grew up. My next door neighbors and kind of best friend's second family owned One in a Millions, and so I grew up kind of in the back of that kitchen.
Really?
So yeah. So
that place. He's got like the famous handshake.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
It comes from pretty high. You know.
I get a hug.
Yeah. But that taco. What is that taco called?
The big burrito one.
Yeah.
I don't eat that one.
Well, it's got 4 tortillas under it, and it's like a mound of eggs. on
yeah.
top
Well,
of
I
it.
mean, that's how you should always eat your
It's the
tacos with
Don-
another
the
tortilla
Don-
underneath.
yeah.
It's fantastic. I get that. Yeah, and you split it with somebody. It's one
Yes.
taco. It's awesome.
I think
Oh,
I
it's
got
Don
that-
Juan, right?
Yes.
I think I got that once for Ian. I was surprised he couldn't even finish it, but
It's a lot of food.
it is. But yeah, so I grew up with them, so always in the industry. And then my first job was at Amy's Ice Cream, so I was 15. So
Amy's?
Nice.
No.
Yep.
Didn't that start as like a college project?
I don't remember, but she was very involved still in the company at the time. So we saw her a lot, and it pretty much the same management people that were there when I worked are still there, which is kind of cool. It's a really good company, but it definitely kept my interest in, entrepreneurship and sweets.
Yeah.
So is that where the love of sweets started? Was that Amy's?
No, I would say my parents always had me make dessert
Oh, yeah.
after dinner. And then I also got, left to my own devices with an easy bake oven when I was younger. Wouldn't recommend that now. I don't even think they make those. Seems like a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave your child unattended with a piece of cooking equipment in their room.
And then my mom traveled a lot, so she would always bring me back different chocolates from places.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, so I kind of had a chocolate drawer in my room. when I
What
was
is your
younger.
favorite chocolate that came to you from your mother on her travels?
Well, when I was younger, I thought that it was Ghirardelli from the Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory because
Okay.
it was the one that she would bring me like so many different flavors from.
Yeah.
And I guess she traveled to San Francisco, and I love San Francisco. So it's definitely that one at the time.
That's cool.
Which y'all should try another chocolate.
Yeah, definitely.
Which one's your favorite?
I think you should try the pink one, which is the roasted white chocolate strawberry, and then next the copper one, which is the vanilla brown butter.
You're hearing these colors if you're just listening. Kind of interesting. I don't know that I've seen chocolates colored like this. Am I just living in the dark? Probably, I might be.
You paint them with a gun, right?
I don't use a gun. I actually hand
Really?
do every single one of them.
That's a lot of love.
I know one day I probably need to get smarter, but I love the just kind of craft of actually doing them all by hand.
It's a welcome early Valentine. Very good. Which one was this?
That's the white chocolate and strawberry one.
Strawberry.
The peach? I mean, the pink? Mm-hmm. When peach is...
Oh, and then the peach one, well, there's two kind of peachy color ones.
They're like...
That one is the vanilla bean and brown butter.
Oh, that sounds great.
It does sound great. So,
I'm
do you
going
get
in.
spoiled at home with this?
I get spoiled at work. It doesn't make its way home.
Got to do the ASMR thing, right? Right.
It's
Well,
so
good.
good.
I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah, best portion of the
Oh
podcast.
my gosh.
No, they are delicious.
We
though.
should have brought you a pizza.
I like that brown butter, man.
So these are. Are these available at like are they?
Mm-hmm.
They're already made and everything, or do you have to order them?
You can order them. We put them on the dessert menu as well. So you can order, with your meal or to go. But any of the specialty stuff, we do try to do that as pre-ordered.
Yeah,
just so
and
we
if
can
you're
stay
gonna
ahead
get
of production.
if you're gonna get a lot, don't drop it on your server at the end of the meal that you want like 40 chocolates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll be out of chocolate.
What's the price tag for like a box of these?
They're pretty much $2 a piece.
$2 of candy.
Yeah, these are great.
That's worth it.
Don't call it candy.
I'm sorry, $2 truffle.
So why? Why is it just?
Candy actually has a different connotation in chocolate world. So you call them Coverger or artisan chocolates. Candy actually really refers to more lower grade.
Skittles.
Pulled sugar.
Sure, yeah, but chocolate is an ingredient in candy, whereas chocolate is like chocolate itself. So
Yeah,
candy
which you
is
guys
something
just
made
ate
from
is
sugar
like-
first.
What is this? You're doing a blend of like 65 and 52%.
And it's 70.
So yeah, you're looking at like the shell. The fillings vary because one of them's peanut butter, so there's obviously no chocolate in that. But the shells are 60 to 70% chocolate, like actual like cocoa mass, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so candy is sugar is the first ingredient.
Sure.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
everything else.
So these are good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Eat the whole box.
Right.
It's fine.
the
Awesome.
bark actually
Superfoods.
would be good for you.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is bark is all chocolate with a little bit of chai powder, whatever on the back, almonds, toffee, but it's like all chocolate.
Do you have a special place you source your chocolate from?
I like Lucre Chocolate. They're an organic and fair trade smaller company out of Columbia. I love their stuff. Oh,
I had a chocolate experience this morning with my daughter. Wanted to bring these. I'm sure you've seen this before. The little pretzels. You melt the almond bark,
yeah.
and then you do the M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
So we had these, and she wanted to bring them to school. And then I remembered it was almond bark. I was like,
nut
you
allergy.
can't bring them to school.
Oh,
But then I looked it up, and it looks like it's not made with. It has nothing to do with almonds.
Really?
Yeah, it just says packaged in a facility with nuts.
oh, yep.
So I don't know why they call it almond bark. I was wondering if you were going to tell
No,
me.
that's interesting. And also, by the way, I love candy. Like, absolutely love candy.
It's just an important distinction.
It is, and I learned something new, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
So what is your favorite candy?
Oh gosh, every single one of them.
Really?
I have a terrible, terrible sweet tooth, which is actually part of why I make the chocolates that I do. I like to make things that I feel personally are not break your teeth sweet. They're really simple, organic ingredients. Yeah, but I would definitely say Snickers, Twix.
Snickers and Twix.
Yeah.
Have you
Kit
ever
Kats.
done
Candy bars.
Chef
bars.
Claire on the hell is that show? La Petite, Bon Appetit
Bon appetit.
with Chef Claire, where she will take a Twix or whatever it is, and then she'll break it down and do a gourmet version.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Never seen that?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, you might want to binge that
I
one.
definitely will.
Yeah, she does
I'll
it
have to
with
have some Twix ready to eat.
like watching someone make a gourmet Skittle. It's crazy, and they use like natural ingredients. She won't do all the. It's
See, that's amazing. That's what I always try to tell people. Like, you can make, all the same stuff, just
Oh yeah.
more
yeah.
all natural.
Crystal loves doing s'mores. This is like one of her favorite kind of
It's definitely on the sweeter side.
So
yeah.
is that-
gourmet things.
that's like hence the pie that's coming.
Yeah, exactly. And
Confections.
I was helping her make marshmallows a while back for an event, and I was sitting there eating the marshmallows with her. She's tasting them, I'm tasting them, and I'm like, "How are you doing this? I have the worst. I feel like I've been drinking for 5 days straight. Like I have the worst sugar hangover from just tasting all these, all this candy, all these marshmallows." And she's
She's like, what are you talking about?
yeah, she lives on this stuff.
I don't recommend that.
No, definitely not
It's
a
very into
diet
health, but
plan or anything. So.
Well, that's fun though. What's on the menu as far as like, is it only chocolate like this, or do you do like pastries and stuff? Or
full pastries. We have an affogato. We have sorbet. We do panna cotta. I would love Italian desserts.
Affogato is one of my favorite things in the world.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of ice cream do you use?
Right now, it's a cinnamon with a mocha crumble.
that sounds so good.
And then the pour-over. I change it all the time. Like, I just had a white chocolate. I try not
that
to
one
put,
is so good.
I know, with hazelnuts and a mocha cream.
She tries not to do too much like chocolate flavor in the plate of desserts because there's a lot of chocolate, so you can have
available.
to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it changes.
So you make the affogato as a dessert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh, and that crumble underneath, it's got a little coffee, a little hazelnut in it. It's so good.
do you
Nice
do it
little crunch.
espresso?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you had one of these before?
I know.
Oh my God.
Not. We'll go over there.
Yeah.
So but I just want to rewind to when you met 2023,
Yep.
and you guys kind of kicked it off right away, sort of thing.
We did. We were engaged 5 months later.
5 months
Wow.
later. Wow, you guys are quick.
Here,
It wasn't
almost.
that fast.
It wasn't that fast.
We were engaged in August, so 8 months later.
8 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a
See,
difference.
that's
on when
good.
we
Good
started
job
dating.
over
Oh
there.
yes, yeah. This was news to me, and such a weird and random, odd story. I did a art show at my house at the time with my roommates who were artists. I cooked food. We had a bunch of people over. I got drunk, and
As one
and
does.
yeah, and day drunk means nap, and I woke up from the nap with strep throat. It was the strangest thing. I've never had anything like it. I turned into a total baby. I made my
He
parents
never
take
gets
care
sick.
of me. Like I went up to their house. They live in North Austin, and that I remember that instance because this is also when Krystal and I decided that we were like officially together. I didn't realize that we weren't together at the time, So like we made it official. We've been dating for 3 months or so, and that's when we had like officially became exclusive. And so yeah, that's kind of her starting point.
Strep.
Yes, yeah.
I did it. So did you guys talk right away about the potential of opening up a place in the future?
No.
No, not really. I mean, I always knew I wanted to do it. It was kind of really when I started taking cooking seriously.
And when was that, the cooking? Seriously? Vespio?
Yeah, probably when I started at Vespio. I was way, way, way underqualified for the job at the time. And my buddy, who I went to high school with, worked there. He got me a job, and I just got my ass kicked constantly.
That's why you like seeing your pizza cook get his ass kicked.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a twisted sense of humor.
You're like, that was me.
Bill's character.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My first day on the pizza station at Vespio, I threw a pie into the dining room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, landed right next to the table, and they just started laughing at me. Yeah.
Order up.
There you go.
So it's Italian, and now you have an Italian place. There's like a theme going on there all around.
Yep. I went to Italy and spent time there where I loved the way that they did chocolates, and chocolate is huge and abundant there. And I like all the dessert shops on every corner. So it was kind of funny, kind of right when I got back from there, and a little bit later is when we met.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, oh, and I had like just eaten up Vespio, like
Yeah.
first time. Yeah.
So y'all both worked at Jefferies. Did y'all work together at Jefferies?
Well, we did. Mhm.
Yeah.
I was only there once a week.
Was it MMH at the time?
Yeah. This was right after the reopen. So 2013, 2014.
I worked at Jefferies in 98 and 99.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was like my introduction into fine dining.
We know
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
So nice.
it was a long time ago. It was a really cool experience coming in there. You know, I was my friend, like you. My friend worked there as a server and was like, "Hey, we need help on the weekends." So I came in as a busboy.
Nice.
You know, and like to see, you know, David Guido was there, and to see like
yeah.
all of those servers, you know, Johnny and Marco and all
Johnny,
those guys.
yeah.
You know, I mean, Johnny's like iconic in Austin. For,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
We
and
still see him
They actually,
sometimes.
yeah, they came in to eat a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Actually, Johnny and Marco.
yeah, I love those
He's
guys.
so
You know,
funny.
but it was a really cool introduction into what that was. You know, and then after that, I went off and went to culinary school and
Nice.
started working in restaurants in Austin.
Yeah.
It was
Jefferies is an OG.
It was.
Yeah,
It's
we
been around.
had a conversation with Jeff a long time ago, and he was kind of reminiscing about when they first opened and how, you know, he thought he was going to be chased out of the city when he put how expensive was it?
It's
a
$5.
$5 steak on the
$5.
menu.
I think.
This is
Wow, times have
1976,
changed.
and he thought he was going to be chased out of the city with pitchforks because, you know, he was changing the city. He was turning it into a bougie place with his $5 steaks.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nuts. So after you kind of got the bug for cooking, did you end up in culinary school?
I didn't.
And you at all?
I did actually. I actually already had a chocolate company and was
had
making.
for probably 6 years. At
What
that
was
point.
the name of the company?
It first started out with a partner under a different name, and then it ended up being Crave Artisan Chocolate.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where I did not plan to go to pastry school, and it was on the pastry side, not the savory side. But my loving father was like, you know what, you should really have, you know,
Formal education.
formal
in it?
education under you.
It helps.
It was a good experience. I met a lot of really good people. You know, I kind of said, okay, sure. You know, maybe that's a good idea. I could learn cakes, and then I realized how much I hate making cakes.
The most fun I'd never like to have again is what I call it.
Yes.
Oh my God. My favorite is when people call day of and like, oh, and you can have a cake ready for us?
Yeah. No.
No.
I cannot.
So I
HEB
did.
can.
So I did go, but it was already after I was pretty
What school did you go to?
end. It was the
TCA, Le
yeah,
Cordon Bleu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest
Like
in
which
peace.
one?
Oh, hey.
Under?
We got a ton of kitchen equipment from them when they
Oh, really?
closed down. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
They
really
outfitted
bad.
half our kitchen.
That's
easily.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, good thing
Yeah.
came out of it. I just wish they relieved all the student debt. Like, sorry, guys, you're free to go. Have fun.
Yeah. We'll see. Might
Agreed.
happen.
But so that's cool that you attended there and you got your chops in the field.
School of Hard Knocks.
I was enrolled in ACC when I first started at Vespio, and trying to get my prereqs out of the way, and I was just getting buried every day, mostly at work, but the schoolwork too. And so I just made a decision. Hey, I got to figure out if I'm going, down the academic route or if I'm just going to work my way up. And
You were going for mathematics, right?
I was going for mathematics
Mathematician.
Full of good
originally.
information.
And then I took a semester off and then started cooking. Actually, I got hired at Central Market.
Oh yeah. Which one? North or south?
This is North, yeah.
Okay.
And see, they do a couple interviews, like a group interview and then a couple one-on-ones.
I've been a part of one of them. They
Yeah.
make you draw pictures. And,
Oh yeah. And it was fun. It was fun. They asked me what I'd least like to do, and I said I don't want to arrange the flowers, and I'd like to cook.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a cooking job open at the time, so they put me as a cashier in the cafe. And then 3 months later, at my 90-day review, they were like, "That's our bad. You should have been in the kitchen because you're not great with customers."
Right.
So and then I started cooking, and
At Central Market.
that
Did
was my
you
first one.
would ever meet Chef Larry at all?
Chef Larry.
Yeah, he's south, but he's been with them for like 20 something years.
I think I did. Yes, I have a picture of him in my head.
Hey,
Glasses.
like straight hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
him. That's him.
Yeah.
He's so lovable. I love that guy. Yeah. Actually, Central Market was a blessing. When I came down here, I wanted a job, and they guaranteed me a job. So I sat through that interview knowing that I was
Really?
going to get it.
That's nice.
It was very nice. I'm very happy about that. So, yeah. So cool. Central Market's a good place. I like how they run their kitchen too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't fully appreciate it at the time, just the quantity of food they were
and that quality
cranking out.
as well.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, when you go to a restaurant, you have a set number of tables. There's a certain number of people that can be there eating at any time. Central Market, it's as fast as you can take the orders.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had the little touch screens, and you'd have, I shit you not, 100 orders, all that need to get fulfilled. You
And
know?
I like how they do stations, almost like traditional.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. More of a brigade system.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a great opportunity and a great learning experience for me. And but it wasn't really until I went to Vespio that I said, okay, this is what I want to do. And, you know, to hell with paying for the education. I'm getting paid to learn. You know?
That is one way to look at it. I mean, you can learn a lot in the kid. You can get your whole education there.
It's true.
Do you? So, what's your take on going to get a formal education?
Got it, Jason.
I
Somewhere there.
I personally think you can get a good, experience out of anything that you do.
In your scenario, how it was being paid for, that's great, right?
But it's what you put into it, like you're saying, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
absolutely. I would not have actually chosen myself to go had I not been prompted by a parent. Just because I was already running, a pastry chocolate company at the time. It was going really well. But you cannot say no to education.
Right.
And I was like, sure, I'm going to learn something great. And I did. And, a lot of good little tidbits, tips, really great connections. So, yeah, I think whether you want to go, full on just kitchen route, great, do that. But if you want to get that foundation through school first, and if you can afford it.
Afford it.
Yeah,
I think that's the main thing.
That's definitely a thing. I've had my parental figure not offered to help with that. Again, I probably would have not ever gone because
It's like you guys, Cade Mercer said, we just listened to that podcast a
I
couple
always
days ago.
like to know. That's why I'm asking. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like he said, if you can do it without just totally burdening yourself with all this debt, then do it.
Yeah.
But as a trade-off, the 40, 50K is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
They don't prompt you for that.
they're,
Well, they don't prompt you for what you're going to.
They're like, no, we can get you loans. It's cool.
No.
Yeah, I do see the merit in it. For me personally, I'm glad I didn't, and I don't think that these schools have been. They might be more now, but I don't think they have been forthcoming with what the industry,
No.
how the industry will accept you, what you will be earning. So if you spend $50K and you're the bottom run line cook making $25K, well, your loan is not going to get paid off for a long time, for a decade.
It
I
can be
graduated.
daunting.
I graduated college with a management degree, and then came back and I went to culinary school. Fortunately, I went to. I didn't go. I was enrolled to go to. What is it? That CAA or no? Yeah. Or
TCA.
CCA. So I went to the Culinary Academy of Boston, which is now Escoffier. And they weren't accredited or anything, So it was a small school. I went there and it's like 20-something. I got lucky. But whenever I got out of it, I got a job at Castle Hill. And I was making $9 an hour with a college education
Oh, yeah.
and a culinary certificate, $9. I was able to work my way up fast, but, I remember, I don't really, like I have a fear of hiring culinary students because they all want to get out and like be Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
And they want to make $15 an hour or whatever. So I feel like it's very smart for people to get into the industry and wash dishes.
Oh, absolutely.
And actually learn what it's like to be in the restaurant.
And you have a lot of different facets to, when you're talking about culinary arts or the culinary field or the restaurant industry or whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. The practical knowledge, the on-the-job knowledge is invaluable if you want to be in restaurants. If you just want to know how to cook well, I'm sure Krystal went to school with a ton of, kind of second or third career type people or people that just wanted to learn for fun so that they could cook better at the house. There's all sorts of different reasons to go to culinary school, but they're not going to teach you what it's like to be in the shits on a Saturday night.
Nope.
They're not going to teach you how to really do the books. They're not going to teach you how to really provide that hospitality like a restaurant
Yeah,
will.
that all comes with experience for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
I definitely think, working at Amy's before when I was younger, you're left alone, you have a line at the door. I mean, all of that, helped with that experience going in, to doing that. And honestly, I am surprised that I graduated just because I was not there a lot. I hate to say that because I was
You were
running.
working.
She also got ousted for her gingerbread house.
Oh, yeah, it's a funny story. My gingerbread house was too violent to be displayed.
It's like
In
axe
a
murder.
college, in a school where everybody's at least 18 years old.
There's my friend Kimber, who was a
kudos.
lifelong friend that I made there. And I made a gingerbread house that was a Louisiana riverboat, and people were being eaten by alligators.
I love it.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That's great.
But
But a little red food coloring, and now you can't put it on display.
one thing I do find that I don't feel like people do enough, though, is Ian and I are accustomed to, when we had our careers going, he learned in the kitchen the whole time. I started my own company, but doing that, I did teach myself. I took the time. He took the time with staging. Like, I don't feel like we see enough people that understand,
Yeah.
just wanting to actually stage and how important that is. And, expanding your own personal experience.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
a reinvestment in yourself. You got free time. You don't necessarily have to get paid for it.
Who's going to take
You know-
vacation to stage right now?
What's that?
I said, who's going to take vacation to stage right now?
Oh,
I know,
for sure.
maybe not now, but
Yeah.
we just saw that so little. in the
Well,
last-
generally speaking, how in the direction that the culinary scene has gone, I feel like we should make that like a public service announcement to get out there and stage, right? Inspire people to do that because that's true.
It's very, you're, you go help somewhere for a day or two. You're going to learn a lot.
You're gonna learn a lot,
You're
right?
going to learn different stuff. You're going to make new connections.
Maybe you're going to learn that's what you want to do,
Yeah, or not.
Or not?
or not.
Or at very least understand that there is a vast world out there, and there's 100 million different kinds of kitchens that run 100 million different ways. And
It's I've been around. I've been around in the back of the house in Austin, and they're all run differently.
oh yeah, can you imagine though being a manager of a kitchen, only having worked for one chef or only having worked in this one kitchen,
Then hopping out and going somewhere else.
or the constant stream of new hires, right? And all these kids from all these different kitchens that do things all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
It'd be aggravating.
Well, we had a lot of that pre-pandemic too, where guys would float around for a little raise
Yeah.
and not stick around. It wasn't staging; it was getting a job and
I just
going
mean
somewhere else for 2 more.
There was too
bucks.
many jobs.
I just mean the lack of exposure to different types of cooking, different approaches to cooking, or different ways of running a station. Or,
Yeah, you look at these
Well,
lifers like you're talking about, like a manager that's been at a restaurant for 22 years, 23 years,
Yeah.
And I mean, then somebody like you or me comes through and takes over as a chef and brings in a whole new team and changes the whole way, and they're like, no, we can't change. Change is like the scariest thing for.
Yeah, so to go stage and expose yourself, just if for no other reason than expose yourself to the fact that all kitchens are different, that you have to be adaptable, that you have to be able to change. Whether or not you learn how to make their signature dish or whatever on your stage, like the fact that this is a different chef, a different kitchen that's run a different way, and it's just as viable as a business, and it's just as good, has outstanding accolades, whatever, right? But it's totally different, totally outside of your norm.
You learn how to be and how not to be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, like for any musicians listening, right? If you're a guitar player and you only know how to play country,
Right.
and you're not great at it, and nobody's buying your records. Well, if you want to know how to play rock and roll, and you want to know how to play the blues, and you want to know how to play punk rock, and it's just very similar. You want to
stretch
learn
yourself.
how-
Yeah, and just because you only know how to play country doesn't mean the other styles of music are bad.
No, right.
Doesn't mean they're wrong.
Go learn them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a parallel. There's always a parallel with music and kitchens and the chef and the band. And
Rock stars.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to touch on the zero food waste and how you guys do that, why you started doing that. I mean, obviously it's a great thing to do, but what prompted this? What was the experiences you guys had that led to saying we're going to do this?
I mean, there were a few different things.
We're Austin hippies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
my
got green
parents
trash
are-
cans.
I
I got
didn't.
some Palo Santo back here.
My parents didn't eat anything with 4 legs until.
Oh no! So you
Well,
spent some dinners at Mother's, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Over on Duval. Yeah.
is
yeah.
that still open? Did they close up?
I'm not sure.
Did I think recently?
That's my old stomping ground. I spent more time than I'd like to admit at
Well,
Quacks.
we've got Antonelli's and Uncle Nicky's.
Yeah, I would hang out there before
Park?
Antonelli's and Uncle Nicky's. I loved the Hyde Park Fork as a kid.
Chef Morgan, this will be in the past for anyone listening, but Chef, because it's February 3rd, and we're going to see CM Smokehouse and his ramen night at 7
Pop
p.m.
up.
tonight. Y'all might come. Morgan is coming, Chef Morgan from
Nice.
Hyde
She
Park.
said she'd be there at 8:30.
Oh, very cool.
She got to run the pass.
Yeah. So we might be gone before then, but sorry, Morgan. But yeah, that's a good area. So yeah, Mother's. I think Mother. So you had because growing up, was there a lot of places to eat, or were you folks just like making it at home?
Mostly at home. We grew up pretty poor, so it was a lot of home cooking and easy vegetable oriented stuff. Beans and rice oriented stuff. My dad, I think probably the reason I really gravitated towards cooking is my dad had to learn to cook when I was a kid. My mom went to graduate school in San Marcos, and so she was gone, like 3-4 nights a week. And my dad had to learn to cook for my sister and I, and he was really, really bad at it, but like really bad. The running joke was macaroni and lump of cheese, right? Because he thought you make macaroni and cheese, you literally just take boiled pasta and mix it with cheese. That's it, mac and cheese. No,
Lump of cheese.
just giant ball of just coagulated cheese. But just like that was the starting point, right? That's the control right there. And he took it upon himself to learn to do it better. So I got the really unique opportunity of
How
watching.
old were you?
6.
Okay.
Did you cook with them?
No, not really. But I didn't really realize how impactful that experience was until I reflected on it years and years later. It's like, no, I got to watch my dad learn something.
Yeah.
Learn how to cook. I think
Struggle a little.
a lot.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there was one time we went to the coast and he made shrimp Creole. Or it might have been etouffee. He loved gumbo.
Well, that's a step up from
etouffee.
macaroni and congealed cheese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, he took it upon himself to learn and roadblocks and hiccups along the way. And this was, some sort of Cajun dish, Creole or etouffee that he put way too much cayenne in.
Oh, yeah.
And so my sister and my mom and myself are sitting there eating like hamburgers that we got from, drive-through while he's just sweating, taking a bite of this etouffee, a gulp of water or beer, a handful of saltine crackers, and just working around and around until he finished it.
That sounds like the first meal you ever made me, and I was crying.
This sounds like a good story.
Spicy. What was the first meal?
It's
wasn't
like this third meal.
It wasn't the first. The first meal I ever made Krystal was
I didn't mean to interrupt on that.
steak with like balsamic vinegar and polenta. And there was one other thing.
Avocado.
No, that was for Valentine's. That was our first Valentine's.
I love how you remember your first meals like this.
He has a
great memory.
insane memory for dishes. You
Yeah.
can ask him who ate on what night, however many years ago, and he remembers it. It's insane.
That's kind of cool.
It is
Yeah.
cool. Superpower.
Yeah. No, our first Valentine's together, I made her salmon with avocado and like whole grain mustard and something else.
I was
what
just thinking
was-
about the curry that
yeah,
you
what
made
was so
me
spicy?
that made me
Yeah.
cry. And I was like, but it's
Well, she was
so
allergic
good.
to avocado at the time.
Oh.
Shit.
So this was like 2 months after we started dating.
You tried to kill her.
And she ate it anyway. And she's not allergic.
Did you know you
anymore.
had an allergy?
I mean, I did like a long time ago, but I guess as but I know allergies change as you get
Yeah.
older, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take.
You were
a-
like, I really like this
take
guy.
a risk.
I'm not going to
yeah,
mess
pretty much. And then nothing bad happened. I was like, whoa, and it's been fine.
Cool.
since.
The
So,
healing power of true love.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's exactly what it was. But the food. So what we went off the
We
course
did.
there.
Oh, big time.
Back to
The-
Dad.
Yeah, so Dad was doing that, and the food waste did it go.
It has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do-
apparently.
I was
that's
like, I'm going to
still-
help
that's
you
still a
tie that
cool
back
story.
in.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but
Well, I like it. That's a good story.
but that's how I got interested in it to begin with.
Just your parents were.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
cooking
was just
and-
trying to say like my parents were old hippies for sure.
Oh yeah, mothers. Okay,
Yeah.
veggie.
That's right. Nothing with four legs.
Yeah, exactly.
And how about your folks? While we're on the subject,
My mom grew up on a farm, and she tells the story of how she was very sad that she finally named a pig one day and then had to eat it.
Wilbur?
And yeah, it was Leonard.
Oh,
Leonard.
Leonard the pig. So she grew up on a farm, not a good cook. Food was more about, having food.
Yeah. Or fuel.
Yeah.
Exactly. But still just came with that mentality of no waste. You eat everything. She's also Native American.
Oh yeah.
I know I look like my dad. But so just that mentality of no food waste and eat everything that you have.
Yes.
My
That's an excellent way to grow up, though.
Yes. And then my dad was a very good cook. And also, oh, yes, please.
You want the cranberry? or
Oh, I'll take the cranberry.
Take a quick
Nice.
moment to hear from Meridian Hive and their cranberry skinny bee drink.
the cranberry's
Thank
tremendous.
Well, the blueberry vanilla was delicious.
So that one's got a little bit of a
Wait.
orange in it as well. So it's like a cranberry orange.
Gosh, I'm in love with this packaging. I'm stealing this button.
Hey,
but-
March
should.
1st, they're available everywhere. Oh yeah, take the
Yeah.
button. Yeah, please.
They're going to be right next to the Trulies and the White Claws.
Oh,
Their podcast will release soon, and it will be
Oh my gosh,
Meridian
it's
Hive
good.
2.0.
Isn't that good?
He's really, really talented.
Yeah.
I mean, for the mead, they had brought in the original types of mead, like the strong. Well, they're
Where
gone
they at?
now.
Did you drink them? Jason.
I'm doing the no fucked up February.
these are
So you had,
delicious.
to go out with a bang, huh?
I did go out.
Good job.
I was just telling someone that I used to love mead, and I hadn't had it in forever. So
Unfortunately, they're doing it out with that original type of mead, but they have a step up from that. And I think if you like those and you try the regular style of mead, which it looks like this.
Ah.
So it's a little stronger, the 6%. You're really gonna like it and maybe appreciate it a little bit.
It's
more.
great.
oh my gosh, sold. But now I know what I'll be buying instead of wine. They're great.
Yeah, these go down real quick though because they're nice and smooth. So careful.
Pack a little bit of a punch.
They do pack a punch. So
Zero waste.
zero waste. Yeah, but grew up on a ranch. That's good.
Yeah.
You were brought up not to waste.
Yeah, so you learned on the farm.
We see a lot of
I did not. My parents did.
Okay.
I would say so, but it passed on to me.
Yeah.
In their cooking, and then Ian and I just both growing up that way, just shared the same ideas and ethos on all of that, and ended up wanting to turn that into part of our concept.
well, that's
Yeah.
badass. So how do you go about it? And not to be all on sponsorship stuff, but Choco recently did a. Are you guys familiar with Choco?
Have you
Yeah,
heard
they've
Choco?
been trying to get us on the hook.
Yeah.
We are.
Did
Yes.
you work with them with that?
We haven't yet.
we haven't
We were
yet.
a shoe-in for the. They just did the recent.
It
Did you
was
see what
the,
they did?
Waste is gold.
Waste is
Yeah.
gold, and they took things that you would normally throw away or throw in a stock, for example.
Yeah, there was 5 different restaurants that created dishes.
We
Oh,
can
that's really
we can
cool.
talk
Give it a
about
shot.
all the weird stuff that we do at the restaurant. If you
Yeah,
want.
I'm interested. How do you? You've got zero waste.
Yeah.
One thing
How?
to that is it is actually very challenging, but it
and
makes you be creative.
full disclosure, it's not an actuality, it's a goal, right? Having zero waste is the goal.
Yeah, you strive for it.
Exactly. It's never going to be,
Perfect.
So do y'all do grub tubs or anything like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
use
we do grub tubs with all the stuff.
We should hit them up.
Yeah, grub tubs is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But real quick before we get into it, like Krystal said, our upbringing. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dog break.
Yeah. And then there'll be no break. He'll be over here, over there. Over there.
Our upbringing is, a big part of it, but also being born and raised in Austin, supporting local economies is really important to us. Supporting local ranchers and farmers, super important to us. And the rancher farm life in Texas, super, super difficult, right? It's a tough life. So it's also about respect and reverence for the ingredients that we purchase, for the products that we purchase. And yeah, I mean, we do all sorts of weird stuff. I've always been kind of scrutinous of the hows and whys. You know, you work for a chef, or you go to school and you're being taught by a chef that saying, okay, this is done this way and that's just the way it is. Well, why? Why is it that way? Mm-hmm. And so really like approaching every ingredient with that same kind of mentality has opened some really cool doors for us, where we've been able to come up with some things that are now staples for us. There's some really, really cool preparations and uses for this trash, for this garbage. Mm-hmm. So see, we got our cabbage dish. That's a fun one where we take all the outer leaves and we ferment them in a saltwater brine, and then we poach like the good part of the cabbage in that brine, and then char it up on the grill. It tastes like vegetarian brisket. It's like so intensely flavored. We use pepper scraps and make brines. A lot of brines, right? Because like all these scraps are scraps for a reason. Mm-hmm. Usually they're tough and fibrous. That's the first and foremost reason to throw something away, like the tops of peppers or broccoli stems, things like that. So the brines are great. You get this like tangy, funky quality with kind of the overlying flavor of whatever you're fermenting, right? Ash, we burn things down to ash. That works really well.
Onion skins and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Onion, really any alliums burned to ash, fantastic. I mean, it's really just like taking a second to say, hold on, why am I throwing this away? What can we do with this? And the flip side of that is our pantry, our larder is massive. There's just so much stuff.
And that's fun too.
It is.
Especially when you look at it and you see all those jars and stuff. You're like, look what I made.
Yeah. We actually started dabbling in koji.
Ooh, that's fun too.
About 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Koji.
I know. That's all we talked about for a little bit. But that opens up a bunch of doors too, for a number of different reasons. But we like butternut squash scrap gets roasted, mixed with koji, salt, water, put in our hot box, 140 degree, refurbished refrigerator, and it goes for 6 weeks, and we get like butternut squash shoyu, like soy sauce type flavor.
Are you doing garlic in there too?
Oh yeah, we do
fermented garlic,
shallots, persimmons.
Oh,
we started doing. You peel the garlic, whole cloves of garlic, in with honey in there, and that honey is like the best thing to glaze carrots or turnips, any root veggies. You roast them and glaze them in that garlic honey.
Because the garlic ferments in the honey?
Technically not fermentation. It's a super
Are you making
slow
like a black
Maillard.
garlic? Is it black?
Yeah. The
So
garlic's black. The honey caramelizes too. Have you guys ever seen dulce de leche made in
the cans?
can?
Yeah.
So the same thing. You're like, oh well, how does this sweetened condensed milk or evaporated milk caramelize in boiling water? It's the same kind of thing. It's a low temperature caramelization that happens for a really long time.
It's like sous vide almost.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing 140 degrees, and I've seen people do black garlic and things like that in a circulator. In a circulator.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing is, your circulator is used for 6 weeks. Yeah. You can't do anything else with it for 6 weeks. So we have an old fridge that we, refurbished to stay hot, 140 degrees.
That's pretty cool.
Do all sorts of cool stuff.
My buddy uses his hot box, and there's always tape on it that says "Don't open for 6 weeks."
Yeah. This is just an old like tabletop steam well.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. It a lot of what we do at the restaurant is born of necessity, like pizza aparte, our pizza program.
Pizza aparte.
Yeah.
Pizza on the side.
Yep.
Correct.
Side of the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna have to come in with some GoPros and like y'all take us around and do some stuff in the kitchen.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be fun, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Let's do it next week.
Sure.
Well, we will.
Yep.
I mean, it's actually a good time. Just get some. Get some.
Oh wait, no, Valentine's. Ooh, no,
It's
I
Valentine's.
get the
That's
joke
why you
now.
spilled beer.
Yep. Ooh.
Is that next week? Wow.
Those are all the
my
fun stuff.
God.
It's coming up quick.
You mentioned necessity and everything that we do, and we were talking about the zero waste goal, but just this being sustainable. I don't think we mentioned really enough about how that played in with our concept, which is also why we went Italian, just because that really does naturally pair well together. In Italy, use what's regionally available to you. As Ian always says, it is food, of necessity and gratitude for what's available.
Grata.
I'm super into like food
Italiano?
history and that sort of thing, and Italian food history is absolutely captivating. Like you see, I can't remember where I read this years and years ago, but it's always kind of resonated with me is long-standing cuisine, like food traditions are born of poverty, right? Because the upper class, whatever fad is in right now, we want lobster, we want foie gras, that's fleeting. That's a fad. That's a fashion of culture or society. But the real long-standing food traditions are born of necessity and of poverty. And you see a lot of really cool food traditions throughout Italy, predominantly in southern Italy, because they're predominantly the poorer part of Italy. That's why we saw a huge influx of Sicilian immigrants in the early 1900s. Because with the unification of Italy, a lot of money was deprived. The Southerns didn't have the roads and all this growth that was happening with the unification.
It's only what you could have right there next to you.
Yeah, exactly. Or what you could get to market, or
pull it out of the dirt and cook it.
Yeah, yeah, and so of that necessity, you start to see a lot of really cool preparations that maybe people will turn their nose up, like porchetta di testa, quite literally.
Oh, so good.
I know. It's awesome. We can't sell it. Nobody buys.
But you got to call it crispy pork terrine.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Come around and name everything.
Or we can thank Odd Duck for putting pig face on everybody's radar. And
Piggy face.
Yeah.
I mean, or the redfish. The what was it? The redfish head.
Yeah.
Or snapper head or whatever it was.
Goat head barbacoa.
All of it.
And
I think that there's an infatuation with that type of eating now. Like, Austin, when Jefferies started, you couldn't sell that. There's no way.
No way.
There's no way. Steak and a potato. That's it. But we've come so far as a dining out or a restaurant city now.
Yeah.
And I think it's incredible where we've come to.
It's a mecca.
Me too.
It is.
Yeah.
Porchetta di testa, though.
Oh.
So I made one of these. Green Gate Farms had a harvest your holiday hog.
Really?
So I went out there and I was like, that albino one's mine.
Leonard.
Right. So I got him and took care of him. We harvested him, right, and brought him back in a front loader of a tractor, and then put him in boiling water. Not quite boiling water, but almost boiling water. And then took the bells and took all his hair off, and then cleaned him completely down. And I took his head, and then I watched the Chris Constantino.
Yes,
right?
that's
I watched it, and I watched him debone it, and so I deboned the head, and I took the tongue out, and I put the tongue in the middle, and I put the herbs and stuff on it, and I rolled it, and I tied it, and I cooked it in the circulator I think I cooked it for like 36 hours.
Oh, wow.
And then I cooled it, and then I cut it on the slicer, and I served it with grain mustard, radishes, arugula, pecorino.
Perfect.
And it was fucking amazing.
It's so good because all the good
it's
jelly
like
bits.
The gelatin's all around, and I took pieces of gelatin and I put that on the plate too.
Nice.
I served that on a cutting board, and people were just like eating it up. It was great, dude. And then we got a couple. I got from Tenderbelly. I got a head from Tenderbelly, and threw it in water. And one of the guys, Roberto, at the kitchen I was working in, he was like, "Here's how we do it in Mexico." So I was like, "All right." So we made head cheese, right?
Nice.
So we cooked it and then pulled it out and took all the meat off and just chopped it all up.
Cook everything
and
down.
pounded it or put it down into a hotel pan. Right, and made and it didn't have a lot of the, like when you get head cheese at the deli, it's got all the gelatin in it.
Yeah.
It didn't have a lot of gelatin; it was all meat.
Oh, so you didn't cook the liquid down? And
I cooked the liquid down, but I just put the meat in there and I packed the meat. And I
Nice.
poured a little bit of liquid on,
just to hold it together?
yeah, and then I popped it out and I cut like big long triangles out of it, and I put it onto a long like a bias cut on baguette, crunchy baguette, and I put the watermelon radishes and mustard, and I and crispy pork terrine, and I sold out
Nice.
at Moonshine.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Awesome. Yeah, so I love cooking with parts that people won't normally
Yeah,
eat.
the less desirable.
Yeah. Like if somebody's like, I don't like oysters, I'm like, okay, let's try these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to what you guys are doing over there. I mean, it's a great direction. Who else is doing stuff like this?
A lot of folks now. I mean,
Which is
you look,
good.
Yeah, you look at Emmer and Rye definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of paved the way for a lot of other restaurants, and then there's a lot of folks that don't really talk about it that much. But I mean, look at Foreign and Domestic. You know?
Oh, they were part of
Nathan
that.
and
They were part of
Sarah,
that.
Yeah, and they were a part of that, but they also do it all the time.
Yeah,
just do it,
yeah.
They're like, oh, sure, you
they
want
live it.
lips in? Yeah, we do this.
And when you're talking about chefs that are also owners, like, well,
Yeah.
why are we gonna? That's money.
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah.
My old chef would always get mad at me when, whatever cook, when they'd like put the Parmesan rind to the side, like, oh, I don't want to grate this over the pasta. He's like, we paid the exact same for that as we did the rest of the Parmesan. You got to use it. We got to use it.
Yeah.
So we'd make, infused butters. At Intero, we do something similar to the squash scrap, and we make like this basically Parmesan soy sauce that's insane.
With the koji?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's so good.
I can't wait. I'm gonna.
Well, speaking of other restaurants, we have a segment of this podcast that we always like to hit on. You may be familiar. Where are your favorite places to eat here in town?
One of our favorite spots is Fukumoto.
Yeah, Fukumoto's so good.
Yeah.
So one of our investors is married to a Japanese woman and lived in Japan for a while, and they absolutely love going to Fukumoto with us because they think it's the most authentic in Austin, for what it is. Really fantastic. And Kazu is so sweet. He's awesome.
We also have some differences in favorites. Like, I actually love Mongers.
Shane?
Yeah.
I love Mongers.
Their
I
new
think they're
location,
great.
huh?
I
Have you
haven't
been over there?
No.
No, the old Vino Vino, right?
Vino.
Haven't been yet. I would like to.
It took me a second to like Mongers in there because I liked where they were on the east on Caesar
Yeah, it was a cool spot
Yeah.
over there by
Yeah, it was
Juniper.
really cute.
Juniper, yeah.
They were
But
right
the
down
parking
street
lot
from
was
us.
I felt so-
wretched.
Oh,
They
I
had
felt-
to redo the parking lot because they're never going to
I
stop.
felt so bad a drunk driver plowed into that
I
cool
saw
little
that.
boat that they had out front.
Oh, at Mongers?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, at on the Cesar Chavez location.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was maybe 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
I love that little boat. I love the aesthetic over there for sure.
That's
It looked like a beach house.
Shane and his wife, they're over there. Yeah, off Guadalupe now. Vino.
Yeah, been meaning to go. Just we've buried with.
They're open for lunch now.
COVID restaurant logistics.
Making pizzas.
We'll have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say we love Fukumoto. I love Mongers. What do you like that?
I love Tatsuya. Like,
Yeah. All of them.
All of them.
yeah, I mean, we don't really get to go anymore, but the East Side one
Kumuri?
open late. Not Kumuri. They were only open till midnight, I think. But was it 6th Street? The East 6th would be open till 1.
The
So
ramen?
Yeah, so we'd get off.
Oh, nice.
Get off work and go over there.
Which ramen do you get?
Usually miso hot or tsukemen.
I like the dipping.
Yeah, the tsukemen. Yeah, that's what's up.
Extra pork belly, extra egg, side of Brussels
Yes.
sprouts.
There you go.
Yeah, it's banging.
These are some solid suggestions. Any others?
What else do you like?
Trying to think who else I like. It's more on the casual side. I'm a little more easygoing. Like, I kind of just like everywhere I go for.
Where do you go get a
Different
taco?
Oh,
Taco Talk with Danny.
well, one
Here
in a
we go.
million,
Of course.
and then Taquerito
Taquerito.
Yeah.
And Taco Deli. We
and
like
Taco Deli too.
That
Yes.
Doña sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
Taco Deli. We were talking about that last night with the Taco Mafia, which is a little intimidating, right?
The Taco Have you been to any of the Taco Mafia places?
No.
So you got
Oh,
Nixta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really need to go to Nixta.
Nixta's incredible.
Yeah.
Edgar's doing a great job over there. You got Cuantos Tacos. And apparently he has a red sauce that's like,
Yeah.
he's got his recipe is almost as secret as Coca-Cola's recipe.
Oh,
Like
They
people
all
might have
signed-
died.
They signed NDAs.
They had to sign NDAs for this. It's serious. So
That's
it's
sweet.
legit.
Actually, Beto's undergoing a heart surgery, so
Yes.
Yeah.
hope he's good.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it called? I don't know. I'm blanking on the name. It's never called what I think it should be. It's on 15th and Infield.
15th Infield.
Beer plant.
Beer
I
plants.
don't know why I can think of the name.
Yeah, that's a cool spot.
Before
You know,
COVID, I used to go there a lot.
I feel like there's people who might listen to this podcast who think we need some more, like, that's vegan, right? Or is it
It
vegetarian?
is. It is vegan.
Like,
Yep.
because we have had Sweet Ritual on in the past.
Oh, but I like vegan food, and I think vegan food is more for vegans nowadays. I think people are like opening up. It's like like especially with like the onset of Impossible and Beyond. you
Yeah.
know? I mean, it's like and even
I don't
jackfruit. I mean,
They
come
don't
on.
have that.
I'm not going to get too much into it, but I am pretty strictly opposed to like
The Impossible.
vegan or vegetarian analogs, you know?
Yeah.
Vegan
Well, you
sausage,
grew
vegan
up
bacon.
on a basically vegan diet.
Yeah, and I resent turkey bacon every day of
Yeah,
my
my mom
life.
makes turkey bacon, and when I smell it, I'm like, I can't eat that. I gotta have pork.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
nostalgic things are not positive.
Well, and I just think like if you are eating vegetarian, then you should eat vegetables.
But what
and
about
grains.
meat replacement? What about some like I eat a burger? I don't want to eat a burger 7 days a week.
Yeah, well, you know, if you really like a burger, then find a really nice grass-fed burger. You know,
Eat a burger.
some beef that you know is raised responsibly. And if you're not okay eating beef, then I think
I'll eat beef. I like beef.
Me too.
I don't,
Me
I'm
too.
not,
It's what's for dinner.
It is.
that's just me personally. I
Hot
don't know.
Fields. Hot
Yeah,
Fields.
Hot
yeah,
Fields,
Hot Fields
for
is
sure.
solid.
Yeah. Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Those guys.
That's good.
Hot Fields.
Their
It's
burger is
good job.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also they're partners with the Far Out over right down the
Yeah.
street there, which is a pretty hip place.
Yeah. Have y'all been to the Far Out?
I still haven't been there, but I know Bay.
You know, Bay. Yeah. Hot
Yeah.
Fields is a shit.
Yeah,
And,
that's
and
great.
Chef, I always forget his name. Every time I want to mention his name, I forget. Chef, well, it'll come to me. Chef at Hot Fields.
Yell it out.
Oh, man, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Something about him. Yeah, so Hot Fields is a good spot, and it's so funky in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love all the little nooks and crannies
Yeah.
and corridors and stuff.
I love those words.
Are you looking up his name?
I am.
Thank you.
Well, he's the newer chef, right?
He's new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a podcast with him, and then we've
Okay.
met over at the Far Out, and
Oh, nice.
it's kind of ridiculous. I can't remember his name, but
Flowers.
Flowers, James Flowers.
Oh yeah. I read his name the other day. It's so familiar. Maybe just because of Mandy, but
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Crystal's
he
best
is.
friend. Her last name is Flowers too.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
cool last
I
name.
don't think I've ever met him though.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he is cool. And
We
Bay's
had
cool.
them in here. Yeah.
Yeah, we did, and then we all went out to Far Out.
And
Nice.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out sometime. It's where Red Shed was.
it is, and it's like not what you expect. It's huge. Yeah, you'll go back there, and there's plenty of stuff going on there, and there's live music. Actually, Saul with his band Torino Black
Torino Black.
is playing there.
We're going to be there.
We're going to be there, but I can't remember the date. But
I have it in my calendar. You should come check it
you
out.
guys should come check it
If
out.
y'all
'Cause his
can get
podcast
away.
was Me Paella. He was just on. He's a badass.
Ooh, I
Hell
love
yeah.
paella.
Yeah.
We did a
Oh, you
paella
should
on New
call
Year's
him up,
Day.
yeah.
Nice.
So New Year's Eve we all hung out, and then New Year's Day we woke up and he made paella, and it was a seafood paella. It was amazing.
That's lucky. Should have him around every.
Oh my
You should have
god!
snacks on these things.
I know.
No, I know it's a rough segment when we start talking about favorite places to
It's
eat and stuff.
the 12th.
Thankfully, we have. Are you guys going to be able to make it to see him tonight?
I
Yeah,
think we should.
yeah, hopefully so.
Yep.
It's going to be good.
Y'all won't
good
make
fun.
it to Torino Black at the Far Out because it's Friday the 12th
No,
of
we will
February.
not.
Definitely not.
You'd be a little busy.
Yep.
Not unless he's
We'll,
going
we'll,
on.
we'll tag you in some,
midnight.
some
Thank
little
you.
photos. Yeah. Wish you were here.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited to check out CM Smokehouse because I worked with Cade years and years ago, and his friend that he up in the
In
trailers in Waco, Reed Gas. Yeah,
And his
actually,
brother. Did you ever meet his brother?
I've never met.
I
I
was
didn't
working
know.
with him.
I didn't know Cade had a brother.
Yeah. I guess
thought
his
he
name
just
is
had a sister.
Corey.
It's been his right hand for many moons, I guess.
Yeah,
Sweet.
he's teaching him the
ways.
Yeah, he's
That's
teaching
awesome.
The
And
ways of the cube.
So he brought back, I think you may have heard on the podcast, he brought back the smoker from Guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's a smoker that he's using now.
Well, so Reed grew up on a ranch, on a goat ranch, and so he his dad taught him how to weld. So he welded all of his own smokers, like every smoker at
There's a market for that too.
big time.
There it is.
Especially when you're cranking out like 20-foot smokers that
Yeah.
can fit 50 briskets at once. Like, yeah, Reed's awesome, and actually one of their former coworkers, another guy that opened all these guest family barbecues with Reed and Cade, Charles Deason. He just came in to eat on Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah. Good old Chuck. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Small world.
Yeah. Speaking of barbecue, we're gonna do a dedicated month of barbecue podcast.
Yeah,
in
May is barbecue
Nice.
month.
and the
so-
finale will be with
We're calling it right now. Are you going to call it? Are you going to call it? You?
Miguel and Aaron Franklin.
That's what we're going
Miguel
for.
Valentinas and Aaron Franklin
At the
will be
table.
grand finale.
Oh,
That would be
Nice.
cool.
That'd be really cool.
Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah, but okay, getting off in the weeds.
I wish Valentina's was still. We live south. We live Brody and William Cannon. Valentina's used to be right there.
Oh, it's right there.
It's right across the street.
I know, but it's too far for me. It used to literally be walking distance from
because
my
it's
house.
past the
Yeah.
house.
It
Yeah.
is. I won't walk off across Manchac because it's like a death wish, but it's super close here. So, and they're open now. So if you got the, but you got to see them. You need to save your
We're
belly.
going to go
Yeah.
some ramen,
Yeah.
dude.
Ramen. All right, well, you two, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
This was fun.
Talk about Intero, and we'll get over there. So dinner time right now. Are takeout for the pizzas and all that stuff too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Full takeout menu, dinner only Thursday through Sunday right now. And then end of the month, we're going to be doing a pizza night on Wednesdays.
So you're going to be open Wednesday through Sunday?
We will be. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna start. It's pizza night's gonna be every Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Pizza night's going to be every Wednesday.
that. That's
We're going to
cool.
scale down the rest of the menu. You're going to see like a couple of salads, a couple of starters, probably 6 different pizzas.
Are you doing any calzones or anything? Or
We're doing pizza
Pizza
cake.
cake.
what is pizza cake?
Oh, you'll
Pizza
have to come
cake
try
is
it.
like-
Shh.
Okay, shh. You have to go to see.
A secret, apparently.
Go get that pizza
It's a
cake.
pizza cake.
Think like a layer cake meets a calzone,
Okay. I'm thinking about
but
it.
savory.
Yeah,
Savory.
I'm excited. And then there's going to be a dessert cake
And then
too.
there's
Or
going to be
dessert
a
pizza
dessert pizza. Yeah.
with marshmallow fluff.
Yes.
Yes.
Mallows.
Camping with Krystal.
Yeah, that's
S'mores or what?
All right.
right.
Well, good. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Absolutely.